Hi, my name is Kennedy Beccaro, and today I'll be talking to you about Bernedoodles. So typically, Bernedoodles are a cross between a Bernese Mountain Dog and a Poodle. They're typically bred together to bring out the characteristics in these two dog breeds into one. So they're a relatively new designer dog breed that has taken the storm by America of the most wanted and most popular dog breed. They're mostly known for being gentle, friendly, affectionate, loyal, which makes great companions. The Bernedoodle is, like I said, a designer dog breed, which means that they are bred to bring out specific characteristics of two different purebred parents. In the case would be the Bernese Mountain Dog and the Poodle. They were first bred in 2003 from a Canadian breeder named Sherry Rupp, whose main goal was to bring out the affectionateness and loyalness and gentleness of the Bernese Mountain Dog with the intelligentness and the non-shedding part of the Poodle. So for me, one of the most appealing and unique characteristics of the Bernedoodle would be the way they look. No two look the same. My family has a Bernedoodle, and we've seen Bernedoodles here and there, and they look different. Each one has different coloring, they're different sizes, different ways of like the texture of their hair. Some can be straight, some can be curly. So like I said, they're just unique, which I find really, really intriguing. And this trait depends mainly on the size of the poodle parent. So typically Bernedoodles come in 3 different sizes. The first one would be, the standard, which I have this size sheet. So this, like I said, would be the standard size, and they typically weigh between 70 to 90 pounds. And then this is the medium size. They typically range from, 25 to 50 pounds. And then this is the mini, and they typically range kind of the same for medium, but kind of on the lower side, which mainly probably 30 to 25 pounds. And then this would be the micro mini, which they weigh everything lower than 25 pounds. With the medium size, they're not really common, but they're a mix between the standard and the mini. So yeah. Like I said, with the texture of their fur, their coats are, like I said, just as unique. They're usually soft, curly, could be straight, wavy, and like I said, no two Bernedoodles are the same, which I think, like I said, is really unique. When it comes to like themselves, like taking care of like their coats, it's really difficult, but what isn't? Typically, if you don't get them groomed a lot or brush them out, they get matted and tangled because their hair is curly. I know with our Bernedoodle, she gets matted quickly if we don't have her set to a grooming schedule or brush her out. But we find if you brush them out within a couple days of the week and take them to get themselves groomed weekly, then you don't have this problem, and they can look fresh and nice and not like matted, because I know our dog gets matted easily, and when they're matted, they become in pain, and it's painful, and you have to tangle them, and it's just a big mess. So we just find that if you brush them out weekly, a couple days a week, take them to get groomed, you won't have this problem. With their personality, I personally think their personality is one of my favorite parts of them. Like I said, they're gentle, they're very loving companions. They pretty much are great for any type of family. They are great with children. I'm one of 7. We have a couple little ones, and with our dog, she just is completely affectionate to everyone. With some dogs, they get kind of snippy and whatever with little ones, but with our dog, the Bernedoodle, she's just amazing with kids, which would be a good choice if families do have children. And I also find that they are just really affectionate. Like, I know if I have a bad day, or I just need to like cuddle, I can just always go to her, and she's just always there to like make myself feel better and makes my day feel better. And a big plus is that they're pretty much hypoallergenic, so they don't shed. I know that's a big plus for my mom because she can't do the shedding part. And it's just overall, like, I feel like they're taking America by storm. Um, like I said, they're most popular dog breed right now, and I can understand why. Because who doesn't want a loyal, smart, intelligent, dog breed that's affectionate and great with kids and doesn't shed, and those just make great characteristics for a dog. So I am on board with it being one of the most popular dog breeds in America. Thank you.